All right, guys, we're back for another Edison format tournament at Epik Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. So this is actually not a regular local. Was an invitation only tournament. Basically, the top 8 players from the past 3 months at our local store got an invite only to play for a box, and basically that season's they call it the Epik Champion. So Los had the most points, so he was the number one seed. So the number one seed got to pick who we played out of all the other 7 players. So he chose Bob. Bob is playing Quickdraw. Los is playing his signature Vayu Turbo deck. So we'll see how this goes. It's basically single elimination, 8 players only. So anyway, let's get to the duel. So they both said hamster turn 1, but Los tributes his for Caius, banishes Bob's hamster, attacks for 24. Now Bob sets 2 back rows and another monster. Los flips Ryko, so what's he going to target? He targets Bob's, got 2 hamsters from Bob. Los mills, what? Dark Arm, Armageddon, and MST. Kites gets deprisoned. Okay, so Los sets another monster. 1 hamster. I'm not sure how many hamsters Los is playing at this moment. God, they're both just setting a bunch of monsters. And yeah, so this is like a scenario where Bob's just so behind. Unless if he set Dandelion here. Oh, it's Reaper. Okay, Sirocco, Bottomless, Return. So the good news for Bob is that Los milled all his power cards. Like, not all, but he milled Dark Arm and Return. So the only really strong card he has left is like Burial. Maybe a few Caiuses. He gets rid of Greffer. But Bob's only down 4 cards. He's just lost a lot of resources. And there's a Torrential from... I mean, that's fine. You got rid of basically Torrential to Gale. The Reich already did its job. Now Bob's got 3 cards. And quick draw, like... The only way I feel like Bob can get back in this game is if he, like, draws a Lone Fire into Avarice. And, oh, the main deck Depression. Yeah, that pretty much... If Bob pulls this game out, I'll be shocked. A 3rd Ryko. So Los just drew all of them. Mills, Necro. No Vayus this game, though. Oh, he tributes for Sirocco. Attacks for 2,000. Okay. This Los... I mean, he milled 1... Oh, he still has a Greffer. See, people have been playing 2-2, but I've been really considering going up to 3 Greffer, 1 Armageddon. I think 3. I've tried 3-2 in the past, but 3-2 might get a little too cloggy. So I think 3-1 is what I'm gonna start trying whenever I do play Vayu, even though I don't always play it. Why did Bob trap stun? Oh, he's gonna drop Gores. Okay. I mean, Los is heck. If Bob, maybe now with the Gores, maybe Bob can come back somehow. Oh no, now he's got Plague. So I forgot did he mill Plague or did he send? I think he sent it with Greffer. So he chooses Stardust. Now Bob can't even draw heavy. Los probably has Mirror Force or a D-Prison there to protect the Stardust. Because otherwise, I think he would have sent... he would have made Darken. What does Bob do? I mean, maybe you just leave the... And he couldn't even oppress because he activated Trap Stun. So Trap Stun cost him... Yeah, I think Bob should not have attacked with the Gores there. It was pretty obvious Los had a Mirror Force. Like, Los really can't deal... How can he deal with your Gores? I guess... Does he have another Vayu play? I don't know. I don't see how he could deal with it. The only way is like he would have to like Sirocco pump. That's like the only way he can deal with it. But I think Bob was like in trouble. Oh, he redrew the Reaper off Avarice. Okay, so Bob can stall, but what can Los draw to out the Reaper? Let's see, 17. Now Los has 5 back rows. Another trap zone would be good. All right, so who's gonna move on to the not fourth round, but to the top four of this invitational? That's what we call it, the Epik Invitational. Bob was the 7th seed. Yes. And since Los was number 1 seed, like I said earlier in the video, he got to choose who his first opponent was. And he chose my boy Bob. So Bob changed MST. What's he going to target? The oppression, but then he could just negate with Stardust. But if he does negate with Stardust, Stardust won't come back. Bob can oppress it. So Los lets it go through. He had bottomless. Yeah, so Los doesn't care about that one. And Brain is going to kill the Reaper. 17 is game. Mirror Force negate. So Los takes game 1. Yeah, there was not much Bob could have done. I'm thinking the only thing he could have done is not attack with the Gores. Only just hit with the token. But eventually Los would have drawn us out. I don't know. That was just a small little mistake Bob made. But I think he was going to lose no matter what he did. Okay, so here we go. Game 2. Bob goes first. Set a monster, set a back row. So also normally since we do a second tournament my locals, but this day we didn't since 8 of us were in this tournament, including myself. I'm actually playing right next to them. But I lost the first round. Went to game 3 games, but I just return, brain control are just too good. Game 3 I lost to both of them. All right, anyway, let's get back to this duel. So Los actually special summons Greffer, which it does happen sometimes, but I hardly ever do it. Usually it happens when you have like a Kai's play, like what happened here. So no Crow from Bob, and Los makes Stardust and Vayu, so he's getting aggressive in case that's a hamster. And it's Raikou. So Bob chooses just a mill, probably trying to make an Avarice live. And let's see if Los walks into Gores, if he's afraid of it or not. Let's see what he does. With only 1 card in his hand, I don't think he can. That's what he's debating. He can't deal with the Gores. That's my read. He's basically hoping. Okay, he has 1 back row. Heavy, and Los negates with Stardust. Oh no, Bob. Why'd you waste the heavy there? For no reason. And I think he has a D prison. All right, so he chooses just a D prison. Oh, double D prison. Yeah, Bob, why waste the heavy there, man? Oh, God. Come on, Bob. So you can... Oh, man, oppression again. God, I hate oppression. I remember some people said it's not a top 10 Edison card, but man, that card just wins games at times. It's like the only true floodgate in Edison. There's no other floodgate. I guess you can argue like Fossil Dyna and Vanity's Fiend, but those are side deck cards. Maybe, yeah, floodgates are just annoying. There's a reason they're getting banned in Advanced Yu-Gi-Oh! Like all the floodgates. I think, what was the one that just got banned? Anti-Spell Fragrance? Got hit to 1? Yeah. People have been complaining about floodgates for years. Okay, so Los compulses his Armageddon. This is the one beauty of compulse. I've been telling people recently that I'm not a fan of. I don't know. I like 1 compulse in the main deck, but two might be a little too much. Ooh, the Mirror Force might save Bob. But yeah, that's the beauty of it. You can like recycle Caius, recycle Armageddon, recycle Greffer if you really need it. Oh, Bob might be able to fight back. He just needs an out to oppression. I mean, he had the side deck card for it, which was Dust. But Bob here is getting punished for... He should have just held that Heavy Storm. Okay, so here comes Armor Master. Yeah, so Los chooses to attack Lone Fire in case maybe Bob draws an out to the oppression. A 3rd D prison? Oh, wow. 3. I mean, Los is up 2 cards. Oh, this is good for Bob. Los Hamster, Avarice, Lightning Vortex. If Los doesn't have a D prison, he might just mirror force it. I think that's what he's thinking. I think he's gonna mirror force the Card Trooper just because he doesn't want to take the damage. He thought about it. I don't think he has D prison. My read is he maybe has mirror force. I don't see why else he would think on the Card Trooper attack. Okay, so here Bob can choose his chain links. Yeah, he can choose whether he draws or search. Normally, I draw first, and then I decide what I search. Let's see if Bob does it. Oh, no, Bob did it wrong. Unless if you know exactly what you want, then it's different. But a lot of times, I would search first. No, I would draw first and then decide what to search. But unless there's like a certain card that you really want right now, and then you kind of would rather draw like a trap card. Because see, what if he draws like something to out oppression, like an MST or something? Then maybe you grab Lone Fire. So okay, here comes Charge. Does Bob main deck Lila? I forgot the name of that card. It's can't even see it from here. So yeah, did he set Raikou? So Los is 6 cards to Bob's 3. Okay, is that Raikou? So it was Dandy. Banished the Vayu. Los takes 1,000. Ooh, good thing Bob caught it. Okay, so I have the read on Mirror Force, so let's see if Los uses it here. See, even Bob. Oh, no, it was D Prison. Okay. It was either Mirror Force or D Prison, so Los thought about D Prison, the Card Trooper. So that's what it was. Or maybe he has both. He might have both. Here, Bob gets Torrentialed. So we'll try to find out what the oldest back row is that Los set. The one closest to his deck. What can Bob do? So Bob summons Debris. Activates effect. Maybe he has Trap Stun down there. Oh no, he drew the MST. Alright, so 25. Chain Crow. Checking for Necrogarden in his grave. Okay, so yeah, then I don't would Los Mirror Force here? Maybe not. His other back row could be Solemn, the one he set. The one we're curious about, the one that's the closest to the deck. Oh, returned. So you helped him out, Bob, by getting rid of the oppression, but I think you kind of had to. This is just unfortunate. I don't play Vayu Turbo enough, but like there's the few times I do play Vayu Turbo, I've never had that come up where I have an oppression up and return, stuff like that. Maybe the more experienced Vayu players, do you guys like keeping it in? Do you like keeping it return and when you side in the 2 oppressions? It's interesting. I wonder if people side it out. That card's too good, so probably people just keep it in. They're kind of like, I'm either going to win the game with oppression or maybe Los is trying to kill him here. This is how this deck wins, where they get 2 Sirokkos banished and they double pump you. That's how they win. So, I mean, this is what? 2,000, 4,000. I mean, yeah, that's... If he double pumps, it'll be 48. Yep, 2,000, 4,000, 48. 48. 96. That's game right there if you double pump. It'll be 86 damage. If Bob has nothing, but I mean, he already used triple D Prison. So what can he do? Maybe a Compulse will save him, a Book of Moon. He has no cards in hand, so he can't have like a random Regeki break. Again, I don't know Bob's deck, so this looks like game unless if Los decides to go for it. I don't think it's I think he has to do the double pump in order for it to be game. And I think that's what Los is debating on, whether he goes for it or not. See, that's the issue. Sometimes I wish return set just special summon as many monsters as you want, but I think it's I think you have to special summon all of them. Yeah, taking a long time. Anytime there's a return play, I think it was the last time who was in the I think it was Los, he was in the finals in the Vayu mirror. He's playing against David. If you guys want to go watch that previous video. And it was the same situation and David had there was a way for him to go for game. But I remember I was commentating and it was not an easy play. Like I couldn't really think of it on the fly. Man, Los is taking a long time. See, this is a scenario where if if a judge was watching Los, he would get called out for slow playing right here. But it's locals, but it's just if you form bad habits if you do this. If you take a long time on a play like this. So let's see, 15, 2000. Oh, okay. So that compulse had Los gone for game the previous turn. That compulse would have, yeah, that compulse would have saved Bob. I probably would have gone. I mean, Bob has one card. Like 3D prisons were gone. I have Stardust. I would have gone for game with the double pump. Worst case scenario, he compulses me and he's down to like 0 cards, and then you could have still made like Black Rose if you wanted. I wonder if Bob can get out of this. I mean, Los is at 750. That's another reason why I would have gone for it, just because I was so low. And you had Mirror Force. But again, I don't think it's going to matter too much. Yeah, I think Compulse was like the only out. Unless of like maybe Bob plays Book. Those are like his only 2 outs from like losing that turn. Okay, so he can top for Plague. What can Bob draw here? I think the only thing Bob can draw is like an Avarice. Maybe Debris won't be bad, but like Los has okay, so I think Los cut Android out of his Vayu deck, which a lot of people, I think I've noticed, have started cutting. It depends on whether you side deck Cyber Dragon or not. If you do side deck Cyber Dragon, I think people don't play Android. But what's crazy, one of my friends, Henry, he doesn't play Cyber Dragon, and he still doesn't use Android. So Los is moving on to the top 4. Hope you guys enjoyed that duel, and we'll be back soon for the rest of the tournament. Bye, guys.